The 2016 Mitsubishi GT-PHEV concept. Unlike other Japanese manufacturers that focus on expanding their lineups, Mitsubishi took the opposite route recently, shrinking its offerings to only a handful of models. With the Lancer set to bow at the end of the year, the Mitsubishi range will include only 4 nameplates in the US, plus 3 more in other markets around the world. Despite that, the brand's current focus seems to be on concept cars, with a brand new one brought into the spotlight at the 2016 Paris Motor Show. Called the GT-PHEV, where GT stands for Ground Tourer, the new concept vehicle is described as a high-end next-generation SUV that easily takes many road surface conditions in its stride. This statement sounds as if Mitsubishi is planning to move toward the premium market with a new high-riding, people hauler, but until further information becomes available, the GT-PHEV is just another concept car in a long line of experimental vehicles that the Japanese brand has unveiled in recent years. You see, Mitsubishi has launched more concepts than production cars since 2013. It all started with the XR-PHEV, which was followed by the more production-ready XR-PHEV2, the X, and the GC-PHEV. The XR, GC, and GT are all hybrids, while the X showcased an all-electric drivetrain. Looking at those concepts, Mitsubishi would have a comprehensive crossover lineup should all be approved for production, but that's unlikely to happen anytime soon. Meanwhile, the company has the GT-PHEV to brag about, and that's the model we will analyze below. Continue reading to learn more about the Mitsubishi GT-PHEV concept. Exterior. The first thing that catches the eye when looking at the GT-PHEV concept is the imposing front fascia with its massive grille and bumper. Sporting the company's dynamic shield design, the front end has a big black grille at the center, flanked by thick chrome strips shaped like an X. The upper arms extend well into the fenders in the form of very slim LED headlamps, mirrored by the equally slender daytime running lights in the lower apron. The overall layout is an evolution of the styling language seen on previous concepts, such as the GC-PHEV and X, but stands out thanks to the additional vertical LED lights on the sides. The wraparound hood is almost featureless, with only the raised edges giving it a somewhat muscular look. The first thing that catches the eye when looking at the GT-PHEV concept is the imposing front fascia with its massive grille and bumper. The side view is also full of contrasting features. While the roof sits lower than a regular SUV, the waistline is high, resulting in taller doors and massive side skirts. 2 deep creases give the side panels a muscular look. The lower line descends from the front wheel arch just under the doors, while the higher character line ascends from the front wheel and goes all the way toward the taillights, where it descends to form the car's rear haunches. As with most concepts, the GT-PHEV rides on massive wheels with a rim design that's not very likely to go into production anytime soon. Speaking of features that aren't yet suitable for production models, the standard side mirrors have been replaced by cameras. Around back, the GT-PHEV sports the same horizontal styling, with the taillights stretching the entire width of the fascia. The sloping tailgate has a pronounced center section, and then it abruptly descends toward the imposing bumper with its diffuser-like elements. The concept is rounded off by a rather dull silver finish and a contrasting burgundy roof. Interior. The interior of the GT-PHEV is surprisingly mild for a concept car. No detail is too wild for a modern production model, which may suggest that Mitsubishi is actually considering the option of bringing the GT-PHEV into showrooms in the near future. The interior of the GT-PHEV is surprisingly mild for a concept car. The dashboard is clean and simple by design, with the passenger side featuring a 2-tier design split by a high-sheen chrome strips. On the driver's side, there's a big, all-digital instrument cluster that provides vehicle and engine speed, energy flow, and other basic car information. The display can be switched to a navigation mode that provides route information. Alternatively, the heads-up display at the bottom of the windscreen shows vehicle speed and minimal navigation data, improving safety by reducing the need for the driver to take his eye from the road to get route information. The 2 monitors on either side of the cluster serve as side mirrors, displaying images from the cameras mounted on the A-pillars. The angled center console houses several buttons and knobs, including the rotary selectors for the transmission and terrain setups. Placed only a couple of inches away, they're easier to operate when driving off-road. Finally, a panoramic glass roof lights up the two-tone upholstery. Combining burgundy and black leather with silver accent stitching that match the color of most controls and switches, the upholstery gives the GT-PHEV a premium look. Drivetrain. Under its aggressive-looking skin, the GT-PHEV hides the company's new triple-motor hybrid system that includes 3 high-output motors, a engine specifically designed for this drivetrain, and a 25 kWh high-energy density battery mounted under the floor. 2 of the electric motors, which also feature integral silicon carbide frequency inverters, are fitted at the rear, while the third spins the front axle. The former generate 45 kilowatts 60 horsepower each, while the latter cranks out 90 kilowatts 121 horsepower. The GT-PHEV can travel for 120 kilometers 74.5 miles on electric power alone. The conventional engine is a 2.5-liter, 4-cylinder gasoline unit. In series drive mode, when it acts as a generator, the engine runs at a high thermal efficiency. The system selects the high reduction ratio gear for better fuel economy when driving at higher speeds under normal circumstances, and the low reduction ratio gear for better acceleration when climbing a hill or overtaking. The drivetrain also includes a revised version of Mitsubishi's Super All-Wheel Control (SAWC) system. Comprising active front differential (AFD), which controls torque split between the front wheels, electric active yaw control (AYC) at the rear, and active stability control (ASC), SAWC enhances the SUV's acceleration, cornering and braking capabilities. As far as range goes, the GT-PHEV can travel for 120 kilometers (74.5 miles) on electric power alone, while the combined hybrid range is estimated at over 1,200 kilometers (745.6 miles). Tailpipe emissions are rated at less than 26 grams per kilometer, an impressive figure for a hybrid. Conclusion. Although it's very tempting to poke fun at Mitsubishi for building concept after concept instead of launching a production car that's actually new and not just a refurbished platform, I'm not going to ignore the fact this long line of experimental cars will eventually lead to a production model that will be unlike anything else we can buy from this company. I'm not crazy about the GT-PHEV's design, and I'm sure a production version will look rather mundane by comparison, but the hybrid drivetrain and the technology are definitely 2 features that are worth the wait. Hopefully, the GT-PHEV is more than just a 4th-generation Outlander, and Mitsubishi will use it to create a more premium crossover offering. The Japanese brand is in desperate need of a new nameplate and a vehicle that would raise the bar a bit. Love it could be a preview of a future model sporty-style potent hybrid drivetrain. Leave it somewhat of a repeat of previous concepts, its purpose is still a mystery.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.